You have changed my mind about eating.
Yeah.
I eat less. I'm not a healthy eater yet, but I eat healthier than I did before I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also. Oh, that I just in general am so much more aware of my body. Like I can, let's see, how can I put this into words? Like I think I am so much better at telling, like when your body sends you signals.
Yeah.
Your body tells you things, and I never knew that. I never listened to it. And like knowing when you're full is one of those things.
Yeah.
And I thought you told me once about like your hypnosis thing and how people in America are like taught from a young age to overeat, and that hypnotists work a lot with helping people. And I thought about that. I'm like, I eat myself sick constantly.
Yeah.
I do. I eat so much. And I just finish my plates though. Like I'm not hungry anymore, but there's food left, and I keep eating it. And why? You were the first person that made me feel like, why do I do that?
Yeah.
And I think some of it had to do with money, which is another thing that you've changed my mind on. Like I think finishing your plate is tied to, like, I don't know, was it everyone's, I'm assuming everyone felt the same way about their dad as I did, where it's just like, my dad worked so hard to provide for this food, and I have to eat it all. That's how my dad was like, don't waste that.
Yeah.
That costs money. You better eat that. That's on your plate. You better eat it, right? And but like a lot of it too was just not listening to my body. And hearing like, okay, this is what my stomach feels like when it's full.
Right.
This is what my stomach feels like when I should stop eating. But I can also recognize, and this is some of this kind of hip got me into, and you talk a lot about things you put into your body that I normally would reject that anyone said. And there's a lot of stuff that you say that if another person said, I immediately just would have laughed them off and be like, okay, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I listen to you more, and so I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's not a bad point about the kind of food that I'm eating and stuff. You got me to, you were like, you try to get me off gluten, which I'm still not yet.
Yeah.
But you're like, listen to your body. Like, just notice how you feel after you eat gluten, and versus how you feel after you don't. And it's slowly changing my taste. There's certain food that isn't as appealing anymore. Yeah. And there's sometimes where I'm just like, I can tell that my body needs salad. I need to eat some lettuce.
Yeah. I used to believe that I had chronic fatigue, and my body, I could not maintain a healthy weight. I was so overweight always, and I would have to yo-yo diet to get it off. And then I have IBS, and my digestive system doesn't work. I went to doctors for the IBS, went to doctors for the chronic fatigue. They don't have solutions for any of this stuff. Their cure for IBS is constipation IBS, is pills that give you diarrhea IBS. And it was through my own research. It was actually through breastfeeding Phoenix and her having gas, and somebody said, take dairy out of your diet. I took dairy out of my diet just so she would stop crying, and then the IBS got a little bit better. And through that, I went in and looked into, and this is where I tuned into my body and learned so much stuff that we think is a disease is just an imbalance caused by you're doing something. They're all correlated. Why would it not be correlated? Also, it's literally just the fuel you're putting in your body. Your body has to run like a machine. Why would you put garbage in as fuel and expect to get anything other than tired and sick? I say with no voice. But I watch you eat gluten. I'm not like everyone should quit gluten, but I watch you eat gluten, and then I watch your belly swell out, get distended. I don't mean fat. I mean swell out like there's gas in it on the top, which is what happens with people who shouldn't eat gluten, and then you're tired and want to take a nap. And I'm just like, hey, you know what? I bet your would be real different if you just didn't eat gluten for 30 days straight. Just try it. And I've told several people to try it, and I don't know. I know one person out of so many people who at the end of that, some of them went back to eating gluten.
How many? Wait, you told a bunch of people to try it. Did they all
at
try
least
it?
10 people who have tried it. Almost my entire family, extended family, is gluten free. My one sister.
That many people to try it. I don't want to go 30 days without eating gluten. There's so many good things that I like.
But like, it's weird because your body craves whatever's in it. So if you can just get through that initial detox,
That's
the
true.
desire for gluten to go away. Also, gluten.
I used to drink soda.
Yeah,
constantly.
exactly.
All the time. And then one day I just stopped and then didn't want it anymore.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't that fast.
Yeah.
But suddenly I was like, I don't even like soda. I don't want it. But you know what happened? I started smoking weed, and now I drink soda again.
Yeah.
Because when I would get high, I'd be like, and I would
Bubbles.
I would just like walk to a gas station to buy a soda. And that's a gateway drug. It's exactly a gateway drug. It leads you to more soda. Yeah.
So imagine, though, that your body can't process gluten, and it is trying to run a machine to handle the things that you want it to handle during the day. And then you eat something that it now has to spend all of its energy trying to process this thing that not everyone's body can't have, but specifically your body can't have. And so now your body has to waste all of its energy. It first of all didn't get good energy out of the food you ate. Now it has to waste all of its energy processing this food. So you got to go take a nap. I don't know that that's science. Just saying that's what makes sense to me. And I do things according to what makes sense to me. Y'all can go get your information about how life works from somebody else.
Oh my God.
But your
I feel like
belly
you've had
smells-
so many fights about this.